Now, with COVID-19, though most organizations have closed down to promote things such as social distancing, a lot of facilities are still operational, such as hospitals, or they have critical building systems that need to be maintained. Therefore, I wanted to focus on different things that can be implemented from a building maintenance standpoint to ensure that our maintenance staff can perform their work in a safe manner. So as we saw within incident tracking, we can generate service requests associated with a particular incident. In that case, what I was doing is I was generating work requests to have the workstation or office of that person reporting symptoms cleaned, and I used the problem types housekeeping and COVID sanitization. As you can see here, these are now within the building operations console, in which how they route in your building ops console can totally be at your discretion based on the SLA. So if I go and I click on a particular work request, and then I drill down into the reference material, you'll see that I have attached a document under the reference material here. In this case, this is a specific cleaning procedure that staff would use to clean a space. By having it as part of the work request, it ensures that they can easily access the appropriate procedure to perform a given task, whether it's by accessing it on Web Central or on their mobile device. To get this reference material attached to a particular work order, I use what comes in Archibus as the Manage Reference document. And so within the Manage Reference document, you're able to assign documents to a variety of different problem types as well as PM procedures. Also, as our maintenance staff still continue to perform and maintain our critical infrastructure, it's important that we're able to set them up for success to be able to implement practices such as social distancing. One option for this is conducting shift changes to reduce the amount of people on site without reducing the overall number of bodies or our ability to complete work within a given day. In the Manage Craftsperson Shift area, you can go and create a variety of new shifts to take into account this change. So in this particular case, what I've done is I've created 3 different shifts: the COVID day shift, evening shift, and the night shift. And each one is working a total of 7.5 hours per day, whereby I have them actually spaced out by 30 minutes each time to make sure that we're going to reduce an overlap in people on site. From an actual scheduling standpoint, if we want to be able to visualize how that's going to go and impact our ability to go and schedule work, that's where we can use something such as the actual labor scheduler to visualize how this will impact our operations. So that shift, I had gone and I assigned it to the janitorial the janitorial workers on the Bedford team. And as I go and I apply that filter, and I've made them now a 24-hour organization, I can now see how their shifts have been allocated accordingly, and then I can assign a work in an informed way. I now want to shift towards a more optimistic view of what our facilities will look like, how they will be managed once employees return back to work, and how Archibus can be leveraged as part of this process. So namely, I want to focus on how we can ensure employees return back to a safe environment and are able to practice things such as social distancing if necessary. So to do this, the first area I wanted to review was compliance management and how it can be utilized in this situation. Originally, I didn't have anything on compliance management and in particular workplace inspections, but after listening to some client needs over the past few days, I understood the importance and the value that inspections could play as part of the back to work process. So at the forefront of these inquiries were things such as, how can I go and create a standard or inspect our workplaces and provide things if necessary, and provide those findings, if necessary, to make sure that our employees are going to be kept safe and made aware that we've done our due diligence. So by using something such as the Defined Compliance Questionnaire that's part of compliance management, you can go and create any type of inspection questionnaire that your organization requires. So it's a simple drag and drop interface where you have a variety of different question types that you can add into your actual survey. And you also have the ability within these question areas to go and add what's referred to as follow-up questions, which you can see here by this question tree. In creating these follow-up questions, they can also have a series of different dependencies. So whether that is an additional follow-up question, so you require more information, or if it requires a follow-up action, such as if I respond no, that means I need to go and do something such as create a service request. So once a questionnaire has been created, it can then be assigned to a compliance requirement and then a compliance event generated to make that survey active. Once that survey is active, what you can then do is complete the questionnaire in the actual mobile application. So as you can see here, as I switch my screen over to mobile, I have this application showing up that says they have a COVID-19 cleaning inspection that is currently due. So as I go and I drill into that actual inspection, everything we had seen in the defined compliance questionnaire is showing up here. And we can go and see that based on our responses, that those different dependencies are showing up as well. So for instance, this first one, if I respond no, it allows me the ability to actually go directly from the screen and create a service request for the actionable item that the question tells me.